156.4 million Americans love the new S&P 500 record high. All right, that's the subject of the riff. Now, once again, the inflationistas who are really rooting against new Fed head Kevin Warsh have been proven wrong. The June inflation numbers went negative. The July inflation numbers we just got did almost the same thing. Consumer prices were basically flat, producer prices the same. Now, I don't really think much of the producer price index. It's been reconfigured by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But anyway, it was flat, 0.0% for July, released this morning. So the last 3 months, the PPI is running 1.3% at an annual rate. The CPI, only 0.5% at an annual rate. Both are great numbers. Now, you can chop and slice and dice these numbers 100 different ways, but the reality is disinflation is setting in this summer. Now, just to confuse the matter, if you look at the old producer price index, before the BLS screwed it up, and when it used to actually represent wholesale prices, the old way shows two negative prints, one in June and one in July, and a 0.7% annual rise over the past 3 months. So the old index is even better than the new index. All right, now, that doesn't mean the inflation battle is over. It does mean Kevin Warsh was correct in not moving to raise the Federal Reserve's target rate in his first few months in office. Mr. Warsh, steady as you go, with a clear commitment to bring inflation back to its 2% target, a feat that Jay Powell couldn't achieve for 5 years. And as the Wall Street Journal editorial board points out, Mr. Warsh is not using forward guidance because it's not necessary. And people should focus on the actual data, not 1,000 Federal Reserve regional presidents babbling all over the country about nothing. The chairman himself is not leaking to certain reporters about what he intends to do. In other words, Mr. Warsh is cleaning up the Fed system. Now, in terms of the inflation numbers, for context, the Cleveland Fed's median CPI for the past 12 months, 2.7%. Its 16% trimmed mean is 2.6%. Mr. Warsh watches these alternative measures. But the point is, the Fed is likely to stay on hold for a while to see if the underlying inflation numbers come down to the 2% target. Along the way, they will hopefully be reducing their balance sheet holdings of treasuries and treasury-backed securities. But progress is progress. The Warsh critics are wrong. Now, the S&P 500 stock market index hit a new record high today, 7,800. On the news, presumably. And I know some people don't like it when President Trump boasts about the stock market records. But I like it. Now, take a listen.
The country's doing well. The stock market's fantastic record. We have 79 records so far in a short period of time.
That's right. I like it a lot. And you know who else likes it? Roughly 156 million American adults. That's right. It's not just 100 pied-à-terre owners in New York City, a.k.a. rich people. It's roughly 58% of adults. That, according to the Gallup poll. So that comes to about 156 million American adults who own stock, one way or another, right? Index funds, ETFs, IRAs, brokerage accounts, bank accounts, even union pension funds. That last one's kind of my favorite because, you know, most of the union leaders, and most of them are corrupt, stealing from the pension funds. But anyway, they're lefty Trump haters. Even they benefit because a big chunk of their funds are invested in stocks. Ha, ha, ha. So the market's having another great year with a booming high-tech and manufacturing-related economic prosperity. That all has a lot to do with Trumpian policies. Is that going to help in the midterm elections? I'm going to bet that it does help. Americans love Trumpian free enterprise prosperity, but they don't like socialism. And that's the riff.